Hello, everyone. And so let's talk about why spiritual psychology, why spiritual psychology is important and why it's important to integrate that into field of psychology, counseling, life coaching, and any other therapeutic practices that you may have, whether you have your own business or you have your own personal practice, why do you want to incorporate that? So according to the research conducted by Pew Research Center, you can see that 71 to 90% of individuals surveyed reported a firm belief in God. 56 to 85% of individuals report that religion is important in their life. The most the 79% describe themselves as spiritual, while 64 describe themselves as religious. So you can see that there is a great deal of concern that people have regarding religiosity and spirituality. A lot of times people don't want to associate themselves with any kind of religion because they are afraid of maybe the environment is very harsh and oppressive, or whatever reason that they may have. But everybody wants to grow spiritually, and everybody will be growing. So you have to understand this, that our soul is in a continuous movement. We are growing towards a direction and destination, whether we like it or not. We can be like a child screaming and shouting, don't want to move in that direction, but we are still moving in that direction. So it's better to take care of your soul. It's better to understand yourself and your personal growth and your personal achievements spiritually, psychologically. Be able to understand if my health is contributing, of my beliefs are contributing in my personal growth, spiritual growth, and my psychological well-being, or my personal beliefs are actually becoming an obstacle and they are hindering me from the growth and are not contributing positively in my psychological and spiritual well-being. So that's something that you have to analyze and see. But in my experience, there are a lot of people that have worked with are multi-generational. They have come into Islam. There are a lot of people who have come from Islam to Christianity, is because I believe that personally that's their right. They are open to choose, they're free to choose whatever they want to choose. And even according to the article in Human Rights, you have a complete freedom to choose your own faith, your own religion, your own religious community where you find your growth, where you find your personal development is most optimal. So it's all up to people. They can choose whatever they want. In Islam, there is a verse that's called La ikraha fid din, that there is no compulsion in religion, and this is completely something which is very, very personal and intimate, and people should decide that what they want to do, how they want to grow, how they want to associate themselves with certain religious community, and how they see themselves in future. So it's their own personal decision, and I'm very comfortable and happy with that. A lot of people do accept and come into Islam. A lot of people move from Islam to Christianity or Buddhism or any other kind of faith tradition. So it's their own personal choices. But what it does suggest to me is that people have that concern about religiosity and spirituality and their own personal and spiritual growth. That's why they move from one faith to another, or they choose different faith community where they find themselves growing the most. So the most recent 2008 large survey of religion in America found that 56% report religion to be very, very important in their daily life. So you can see that people do find it important. 48% say that they are both religious and spiritual, which is a high number. 40% of Americans are not affiliated with any church or religion. And as I said, the concern may be that it's oppressive, or they might have any kind of negative experiences in their life that they don't want to associate with. But regardless, I want to say this, that it's not necessarily the people who are the best representation of their faith. We have heard many stories about abuse in church. We have heard stories about religion and people associating themselves with certain religion being violent, if they are violent in nature, aggressive, or cause harm, or if they're frustrated with life or with any of their economical or financial circumstances. So people would go and take out their anger in a various different way, and it's all about people, how they are. It's the nature of mankind, but not necessarily that is encouraged by the affiliated religion, that's encouraged by Christianity, or it's encouraged by religion, whatever they are following, whether it's Islam or Judaism. So those problems can arise due to many different factors. As professionals, as people who are in a profession of helping others, educators, counselors, life coach, and teachers, we understand very well that there could be many different factors affecting a personal life and personal decisions. There could be socioeconomic economic factors. There could be psychological imbalance that people have that may cause those kind of like, decisions for them to make, or any other financial kind of issues or problems they are going through in their life. So that's a very different subject. I'm not going to go much deeper into that, but just sharing some of my thoughts with you. So 20%, let's go back on that. 20% of Americans identify themselves as spiritual but not religious. And that's according to the Gallup study in 2003. Now, if you're further interested in doing a little bit more research on the subject, then I have provided you two links here. On Pew Research Center, you can go and search for faith among African American community, and you will see why they associate themselves with community, why they associate themselves with religion. Religion usually has a positive role to play in many people's life. It helped them cope. It helped them connect with the larger community. It helped them, be better human being, be more philanthropic, be able to engage and give back to the society. There are a lot of positive things that come out of faith-based communities, beside negative things that we are very well aware of. And the other one in Pew Research Center, if you can go and look at, is religious belief and practices among Muslims, how they feel that it's very important to them, how it has impacted their life, and how important religion is to their life. So those are some of the links that I've provided you. You can do your own personal research and see if that can help you go further into this study.